Through all their successes, the Augustana softball team has maintained that anything less than a national championship won't suffice. Now they're just 2 wins away from that goal. Vikings opening the national championship series against Texas A&M Kingsville after about a 4-hour weather delay. First pitch 9:45. Augie got 2 aboard in the first inning, but that's a strikeout of Shannon Peterson from Sadie Castillo. Now Ashley Mitchell was matching her, got the first out of the second inning when they spotted some more lightning and went into another delay, which is where we currently stand. No score in the second inning. Expect this to be a pretty close series, though, as you can see by the competition. These two played actually back in February. It was a 3-2 A&M Kingsville win, and as we heard from the team earlier prior to the game in their pregame press conference, it should be a pretty good championship series.
They're just about as hungry as we are. Just walking by them, they're ready to go, and I think it's going to be a good game.
You can tell their energy carries over to their parents too, so that's always such a fun atmosphere to play in. I think it's perfect for a championship.
It's actually been one game that we've looked back as a coaching staff and wish we would have had back again. So we're excited. I mean, they're a great team. What a phenomenal season, and we're a great team too. And it's going to be a fun series, and it's just going to be a battle and a good time, and it should be a lot of fun for the fans to watch.
That's provided they can stay up late, because this might take a little while. Again, no score in the second inning, weather delay. Now, the schedule could get changed, because if this delay lasts much longer, they're probably going to have to go into tomorrow and play. Game 2 scheduled to start at 1 o'clock tomorrow. The winner of this game has a chance to clinch the national title. If they need a third game, they'll play it shortly after game number 2. The Augustana baseball team's quest for a second straight national title came to an end yesterday as the Vikings were swept by Central Missouri in the Super Regional. Though it'll be hard to ever again be satisfied with anything but raising a national title trophy after last year, Augie still had plenty to be proud of in 2019, despite losing a couple of MLB draft picks and key seniors off their national championship team. The Vikings won 43 games, NSIC regular season and tournament titles, along with a region championship.
The year as a whole was a great success, and we hosted a regional, we hosted a super regional. It's crazy to think where we've got to, and I'm really excited what we had the last 2 weekends for crowd, and City of Sioux Falls did a great job of supporting, and hopefully this is what baseball is going to be like around here for a while.
Well, a quarter of the way into the season, and the Minnesota Twins may well have already ended the race for the American League Central. With an MLB best 35-16 record, Minnesota already is out to a 9.5 game lead on second place Cleveland. They're up 12 on third place Chicago, whom they could finish off a 3-game sweep of today at Target Field. Jake Odorizzi, as he has been for about the last month and a half, was on. He had a strikeout, gave up just 1 hit in 5 and a third innings, and he got some defensive help from C.J. Crone, known more for the bat. Makes a nice play at first to get the out in the second inning, and the bats would go to work in the third inning. Max Kepler drives one over the center fielder's head. That'll go to the wall for an RBI double, and Minnesota leads 1-0. Couple batters later, the Twins do what they do best. It wouldn't be a Minnesota highlight if they didn't launch some bombs. That's Eddie Rosario with his 16th of the year. Minnesota up 4-0, and it only gets better in the 7th inning. Kepler, he hits this one to the garden, 429 feet, his 12th of the year. 7-zip. Twins win. They are now 20 games over 500 and have a 10-game lead in the AL Central in Memorial Day. That is incredible. Rubber game for the Canaries today in Gary, Indiana. They fall to the South Shore Railcats 7-2, falling to 5-5 on the season. They'll open a 3-game set at Chicago tomorrow before finally coming home on Friday. The O'Gorman High School baseball team swung some big sticks of their own yesterday, getting this grand slam from Tate Wishard to help propel them to an 11-4 victory over Mitchell in the State A championship game. It's the Knights' 3rd title overall and first since 2012, and it's an historic first for head coach Dan Hughes, who becomes the first person to win a state championship as both a coach and player, winning as a prep at O'Gorman 9 years ago.
I mean, I graduated here. I played here. It's awesome to bring a state championship back to O'Gorman, especially the baseball program where I put in 4 years as a player and the last 6 years as a coach. So it really feels very good.
After last year, we had a lot of motivation to come back and get this one, and we knew we could do it with all the talent and the seniors that we had.
And the State B tournament will get underway tomorrow, weather permitting, of course, at the Birdcage 4 quarterfinals. First up, Bonham and Scotland and Lennox at 11, followed by Winter Colombe and Redfield. In the evening, it'll be Madison against St. Thomas More and West Central versus Dakota Valley. Semifinals and championships are on Tuesday. Again, though, we'll see the weather play a little bit of havoc with those schedules. The state track and field meet concluded yesterday and wrapped up the brilliant prep careers of a couple future Coyotes. Brandon Valley senior Krista Bickley won the 400-meter dash for the 5th straight time and was also the anchor on a pair of relay champion teams for the Lynx. In Class A, Parker's Carly Peters won the 100-meter dash and also anchored a pair of relay titles, finishing her career with 9 state championships. Next year, they'll be teammates at USD, and though they're excited for what's ahead, it's certainly going to be tough to say goodbye to their prep teammates.
Kind of bittersweet. It's nice to have a little break now, but the next thing I look forward to is running at USD, so it's not over yet.
Honestly, it doesn't feel like it's over. I kind of feel like it just started with the teammates. The years have gone by so fast, and it's been really fun to be able to top it off like that this year.
Speaking of college tracks, State and U will have several athletes heading off to nationals. SDSU's Rachel King became the first Jackrabbit to qualify for nationals in consecutive seasons, coming from behind here in the final stretch, winning the 3rd and final qualifying heat of the 3,000-meter steeplechase at the West Regional in Sacramento on Friday night with a time of 9:50.15. So again, she is heading to nationals. We take a look at the qualifiers. Jackrabbits have 2 of them. King and the SDSU men's 4x100 relay team will be heading off to Austin. Meanwhile, it'll be a party of 5 for USD. Chris Nilsson, he's no stranger to it. He's the defending national pole vault champion. He'll also be joined by Helen Falda, who will vault on the women's side. Parker's Zach Anderson will compete in the high jump. Laura Bowman in the hammer, and Ben Hammer in shot put. That's kind of a weird transition right there. Hammer to Ben Hammer. But anyways, the national meet June 5th through the 8th down in Austin, Texas. And we'll keep you updated on that Augie softball game on social media. We will get a recap up, provided it actually ends tonight. We'll be back in one moment.